Hi, I'm Norman Birnbach. I'm the co-author of a book called Stealing Time.
And I'm Tilia Klebenov Jacobs. I am also co-author of Stealing Time.
We wanted to talk to you about a tip about how co-authors can work together and set the foundation for the book to be successful. And for that, it's important to know that Tilia is an excellent plotter and I am a semi-good pantser. And then we knew that when we were going to work together on our book, that I knew that I had to outline it with Tilia because we needed to be on the same page. If we didn't have that, I sometimes say I could have written a chapter that would take our two heroes down to South America from New York and then hand the next chapter over to Tilia and say, okay, get them back to New York. And so I also knew that wouldn't be fair. So we spent a lot of time working on the outline, probably half the amount of time it took to write the book, because we needed to make sure we were on the same page. We needed to make sure we had the same vision for the characters and the plot. And there were a lot of details that we needed to coordinate. And so one of the benefits of doing the outline wasn't just having a roadmap. It was also making sure that that we knew what we wanted to say and that we were there together on it, that we had the same goals for the characters, for the plot, for the outcome.
And I think, if I can jump in, that the process of outlining, which took longer because there were two of us, was also enormously useful because it got us both in a position where not only were we in agreement on the story, but also the characters and what their moral arcs were like and what they needed to accomplish. And so it was this really fun process of getting to know the story before we actually started writing it.
And it gave us an opportunity to brainstorm, to bounce ideas and say, oh, what should we do here in this chapter? And we had that happen in this prior chapter. How do we build on that? And it made what can be lonely work much more fun because we were able to bounce it off of someone who knew everything about the book as much as we did.
Yeah. And I should also add, speaking of lonely work, that we started writing this in, or rather, we started outlining this in, I believe it was September of 2020, which, in case anybody needs to be reminded, we were all still in lockdown. This book would not have happened without COVID. And yeah, in a lot of ways, it was a very lonely time. And so it was enormously useful to have somebody to work with. My line is, it's like having a gym buddy, but for words.
And so it's important if you're working together to compromise on styles of how you approach. And by that, I mean, I hadn't written an outline before, or not much of one. And I felt that this was essential for two people navigating one book.